A really important talking point that I think really surfaces now, and it was only mentioned a couple weeks back by Dr. Disrespect, is the current state of Twitch. He was previously asked about their recent updates around artistic nudity and all the NSFW stuff going around. We've talked about that. We've beaten that dead horse. We will see where that platform goes in the future and how they're going to handle those kind of issues. But I thought it was a very particular note that Doc hit on the head that's been kind of there for a while for a lot of people. And he says that Twitch has forgot what it was built on. Gaming. And I think that could be extended to IRL content, more creative content, but the core focus, it still exists. A huge part of Twitch and its growth ever since Justin TV was gaming. And that's how I discovered it. That's how a lot of people did. And Doc says that Twitch has kind of forgot what it was.
Talk about Twitch art. Man, that platform is something else, huh? Just the way it's ran and the decisions that trickle in, and then like to be that big, I say big, of a company, and to put out those type of changes, and then in one day retract those changes. You just got to think like, man, there's not much thought being put into this stuff, is there? I wouldn't be surprised if Amazon cuts Twitch. Like they finally say, you know what? Let's get rid of these guys, man. First off, they're a money pit. They've always been a money pit, right? And there's just too much risk. Like boom, cut off ties, cut off all, I don't know what it's turned into, Like you gotta look at what that site was built on, right? Right? The foundation, the bones of it. Gaming is what it was built on. Gaming entertainment. Talk about what 2024 looks like for the two-time. Man, AW. 2024 is going to be a big year, champs.
And there's certainly a part of this that I can agree with. I have other videos where I've already talked about this and certainly talked a mouthful on all of the streamers out there that have gotten a lot of attention and get away with these one-day bans with the content that really just bends the lines and tries to push Twitch into a corner of having to make a decision that they clearly don't want to make, and that being actual punishments. And we've covered a lot of other stories, maybe some unfair treatment of some, it's like... It's wild to me that some of the content that exists on Twitch, well, the reason it does is because they allow it to do so. And it's not just Twitch that has this issue. I think these platforms are going to be really struggling with NSFW and the crazy IRL content. So if you're going to bring up Twitch, I think it's only fair to bring up Kick and some of the content they've had as well. I think for me, as a fan of gaming and streaming and discovering all these platforms through video games, I think it's just realizing that a lot of other topics also garner a lot of other viewership, and these platforms are also trying to figure out, hey, is gaming going to be enough? Gaming is huge, it's going to have a future, but real life content and some of this NSFW content also is pulling tremendous viewership. So these platforms are like, okay, we grew for this, now this is also growing. How do we react? And that's just my thought on it right now in this moment. And don't get me wrong, if you are a gamer or a streamer focused on games, Twitch is probably still the spot you want to be. When it comes to big cultural gaming events, YouTube still, I would say, eclipses Twitch because it has just a massive audience. But for the most part, on a day-to-day basis, you want to be on Twitch. And I really respect that. And I will always give them credit where it's due. But for me, it feels like over the past 3 to 6 months, I think some people might even think further back, they've really lost what it was. The focuses are all these controversies, all of this drama, and the same can be said for Kick with their IRL streamers. It just doesn't seem to be as honed in with the gamers that it once was. And maybe I'm wild for saying this. Maybe it's just a different time than it was 2 to 3 years ago during peak COVID, where everyone was at home, everyone was playing games, and we had great games to play that were also party games, multiplayers, battle royales, whatever it might be. But it does feel like Twitch has certainly drifted away from that a little bit. What do you guys think about this topic? How can they get back, though? And how can they continue to be the giant they are in gaming and the streaming world? In 2024, I think is going to show us a lot for all of these platforms, and we'll see where the future really is. So what do you guys think? Are you having a good day so far? Hopefully you are. If you guys are on lunch break, hope you enjoyed whatever you're having for lunch. If you guys are just waking up, welcome, you groggy-eyed beaver. And if you guys are going to bed, have a good night. All right. See you back here sometime soon. Take care. All right. Bye.